time now for the Wednesday, January the 8th, 2025 edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Church service for Sam Bryant Gonzalez, 79 of Muleshoe, is set for 2 o'clock Monday afternoon, January the 13th, at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, with Dr. Stacey Connor and Father Sergio Leal officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Sam died Sunday, January the 5th, 2025, here in Muleshoe. He was born June 12th, 1945, in Kennedy, Texas, to Andrew and Monica Bryant Gonzalez. He married Amelia Anguiano in Muleshoe February the 8th, 1965. Sammy loved life, sports, and especially his family. He worked with the United States Postal Service for 25 years and owned Sam's Sporting Goods here in Muleshoe. He was a member of the Optimist Club and the JC Civic Groups, having made many contributions to the community. Sammy participated in Muleshoe Little League Baseball, serving as a past president, Babe Ruth Baseball, and Outsiders Baseball teams in Muleshoe for many years. Helping the youth baseball program was very important to Sammy, and he was instrumental in getting funding for baseball from the school board. He was an avid fan of the sport and played with the Muleshoe Royals. Sammy was a member of the Texas Association of Sports Officials for 61 years. He was licensed to officiate in New Mexico as well. He loved to officiate Texas football, baseball, basketball, softball, and little dribblers. Sam was a huge Washington Commanders fan. He treasured spending quality time with his family and his wife. He especially loved his granddaughters, Catherine and Lauren, and adored them immensely. Sam is preceded in death by his parents, Andrew and Monica, two sisters, Janie Martinez and Nora Avina. Sammy is survived by his wife, Amelia, and three sons, Sammy Gonzalez Jr. of Missouri, Jerry Don Gonzalez of Muleshoe, and Larry Jean Gonzalez of Borger. Two sisters, Dora Triana and her husband Jose of Muleshoe, and Alice White and her husband Rick of Muleshoe, a brother Andrew Gonzalez and his wife Elizabeth of El Paso, his two granddaughters Catherine and Lauren, and his best friend and family pet Chula. The family suggests memorials be sent to the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, P.O. Box 483, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. Of course, online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. And repeating, church service for Sammy Gonzalez, 79 of Muleshoe, is set for 2 o'clock Monday afternoon, January the 13th, at the First Baptist Church, with Dr. Stacey Connor and Father Sergio Leal officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please remember Amelia, his wife, and all of his family in your prayer list today. Sammy was a great guy. We thought we would take you back to remember Sammy, back to a February 2018 Sound of Texas program that Tumbleweed Smith did with him. So listen to that now. Of course, you can hear the Sounds of Texas at the end of every Muletrain News program, and its regular position brought to you by Bailey County Electra. Now we go back to 2018 and Tumbleweed Smith interviewing Muleshoe's own Sammy Gonzalez.
Sammy Gonzalez of Muleshoe has been a football referee 54 years.
When I first started calling little junior high games, 75 cents a game. We look forward for Monday to call 3 games, $2.25. Football game, $12.50. $7.50 for the game and $5 for the mileage. I called in Texas and New Mexico. I started from the bottom head linesman to white hat. White hat, you're in charge.
He says in a basketball game, he'll run 3 to 5 miles up and down the court. Sam played football in high school and remembers some of the stadiums in small towns.
Nothing fancy like they got now. We had grass burrs. We would run, we'd fall down, slide, and get up, and all we had was nothing but grass burrs.
Once he did something the coach didn't like, and the coach kicked him.
So I go home and I tell my dad, Dad, Coach Washington kicked me right in my would. And he says, how many times? I said, 1. I'll talk to him. My dad's so loyal to his son, he went up there and talked to him and said, Coach, did you kick my boy? Yes, sir. How many? 1. Why didn't you kick him 3 times? Dad says, you wanted to play football, you played football. You pay the consequences.
He has kept his whistle and 1 old penalty flag. They're yellow now, but until the 1970s, they were red. His first one was a filling station rag.
I used to work for a conical station. And my boss, I said, I got to take this with me, so I tied a little deal around it. It wasn't tied in there because they're so little. So I had to take 2 of them and put them together.
He says they used to weight the rags down with ball bearings, but some players got hurt when the refs threw them, so they switched to beans. Sammy and his wife have been married 53 years. Their anniversary is February 8th. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Graveside service for Raymond J.R. Austin Jr., 85 of Levelland, happened last week on Friday, January the 3rd at Enoch Cemetery with Dr. Stacy Connor of Muleshoe officiating. Raymond died on Tuesday, December 31st in Lubbock. He was born February the 10th, 1939 in Muleshoe, to Raymond James Austin Sr. and Effie Moore Austin. He married Sandra Angel in Enoch on June 11th, 1959. Raymond was a farmer and a rancher. He was a star athlete in high school in both football and basketball. Raymond owned a pump business in Lubbock, Austin Pump Sales. He also did some house building and was a hard worker, working until he was 79 years old. Raymond is preceded in death by his sister, Marcelie Tate, and his parents, Raymond James Austin Sr. and Effie Moore Austin. Raymond is survived by his wife Sandra, 3 sons, Carrie Austin and his wife Karen of Lubbock, Greg Austin of Louisville, Georgia, Jeffrey Austin of Pompano Beach, Florida, and 1 grandson, Sam Austin, and his wife Corey of Lubbock. 1 great-granddaughter as well survives him. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Enoch Cemetery Association in care of R.D. Baker, 839 North Highway 385, Levelland, Texas, 79336. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. Please keep the family of Raymond J.R. Austin Jr. on your prayer list today. Well, we've talked to the new manager at the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation, along with the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce, the manager of both of them, Bernadette Bradley. And she is out in the office there, out on the west edge of town on American Boulevard, on the north side in at the Heritage Center. And you can buy tickets from her now, as next week on Thursday, January the 16th, is the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce banquet. It will be at 6:30 that evening at the Desert Rose there on the west side of Muleshoe. And she has tickets for that now. Their president of the board at the Chamber of Commerce is Chris Cage. The vice president is Keely Bass. Secretary is Brighton Steinbach. The master of ceremonies at the Chamber banquet will be Sergio Leal, and the speaker will be Steve Friska. Again, the Chamber of Commerce banquet will be Thursday, January the 16th at 6:30 p.m. next week at the Desert Rose. And get your tickets now from Bernadette Bradley at the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation at their office there on the west edge of Muleshoe, north side of American Boulevard. Well, mark your calendars, as coming up quickly will be the 2025 Bailey County Junior Livestock Show and Auction. It will be Thursday, January the 23rd. It'll start that Thursday evening. They've changed it up a little bit. It will be a 2-day show again, and it will start at 6 p.m. Thursday, January 23rd, with a rabbit and chicken show that evening, both judged by Teresa DeSautel. Friday, January 24th, begins at 8 a.m. that morning. They will start with the goat show and sheep show, both judged by Kevin Williams, then have an ATB show. They'll have a lunch break and then come back in the afternoon with the swine show, judged by Kevin Williams, have the Pee-wee show, then steers and beef heifers, judged by Kevin Williams. Dairy cattle show will be judged by Michaela Osinga. Then they will have the Jimmy Dale Black Showmanship Award and a Premier Exhibitor Awards. We will broadcast both that Thursday evening and all day Friday there from the Bailey County Coliseum, where they have the livestock show. Sorry, just blanked out on where it was. Then on Saturday, January 25th, they'll have a buyer's meal beginning at 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and a premium and product sale at 1 p.m. The announcer will be Jim Daniel, auctioneer Thurman Myers, photographer April McDermott, and the night watchman will be Philip Espinoza, and everyone on that board. Thank all these people as they work very, very hard to put on the livestock show every year. Our live stream broadcast, which again will begin Thursday evening, January 23rd at 6 p.m., and then start again on Friday morning at 8 a.m. will be brought to you by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Dell Oil Company, High Tech Automotive, Leal's Tortilla Factory, McCormick Seed, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Livestock Auction, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, 5 Area Connect, Muleshoe ISD, Mohawk Auto Parts, McDonald's Restaurant, Bammert Seed, and Muleshoe Feed Barn. So be looking for that January 23rd and January 24th, our live stream of the 2025 Bailey County Junior Livestock Show. Well, coming up next week on Monday, January the 13th, the Muleshoe City Council will meet in a regular session at 5:30 p.m. I don't have the agenda yet, but we will be live streaming it there from City Hall. But at the very first of the City Council meeting, Colt Ellis, the mayor, along with the City Council, will sign a proclamation naming January the 26th as Magan Reynolds Day right here in Muleshoe, Texas. Of course, Mom died last February 2024, and was a long-time broadcaster, supporter, a trumpeter of everything good in Muleshoe. And that is very sweet and nice of them to name her birthday, January 26th, as Magan Reynolds Day in the city of Muleshoe. And thanks so much to Colt Ellis and all the city council members and the staff there at City Hall. It is very, very kind of them. And the Senior Center is doing another kind gesture as well, as they are hosting a reception in celebrating the proclamation, and it will be before the City Council meeting on Monday, January the 13th, from 4 until 5 p.m. at the Bailey County Senior Center, 319 South Main Street. Everyone is welcome. They'll have some nice refreshments there, some warm drinks, as well as it's supposed to be sort of cold as on Monday, so everyone is welcome to come to that reception that is celebrating the proclamation by the mayor and city council declaring January 26th Magan Reynolds Day, as Mom would be 81 years old this coming January 26th. And Carolyn Johnson Turner wrote a special story about Mom, and you can find it in this week's Muleshoe Journal, but I'll read it to you here. I take great pleasure and satisfaction in writing this article. I'm writing it about a very special lady who gave of herself, helped others, and made a most positive influence in the Muleshoe, Texas community. That person is Magan Reynolds. Magan was a vivid supporter of all things good in Muleshoe. She participated in numerous organizations, was an original board member of the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. She was on the board of the Muleshoe Public Library, was an active member of the First United Methodist Church. She taught various Sunday school classes and served on the First Methodist Church's mission committee. She literally everything good in Muleshoe. Megan was the daughter of Gil Lamb. After high school, she married her husband, Jack Reynolds. Jack was an engineer. He, Megan, and her father all worked together. Gil Lamb broadcasted the first Muleshoe news program on March the 4th, 1954, the Muletrain News. Of course, you're listening to that continue in today's edition. The broadcast was from Harvey Bass Appliance in Muleshoe to KICA Radio in Clovis. The very first Muletrain news program, they were 10 minutes long, which dealt with Muleshoe area news. During its 2.5-year run on KICA, Arbitron ratings showed the program was the second highest listened to show in the Clovis market. The Muletrain News changed stations in July the 26th, 1956, when Gil Lamb and his wife Ola Bell put Muleshoe's first radio station, KMUL AM 1380, on the air. The Muletrain continued on KMUL for 24 years until Gil and his daughter Magan moved it with the assistance of Merlin Neal to the Muleshoe Antenna Company, broadcasting on their cable Channel 6. This occurred May 1980 when the Muletrain moved back to 1011 West 3rd in Muleshoe, where Gil had previously operated the KICA remote studio out of their home. Not only did the Muletrain contain audio, but it also contained locally produced videos as well after the move to cable. On October 7, 2019, the owners of the analog cable system in Muleshoe shut the service down, which ended the Lamb's advertising program on Channel 6, which occurred for over 39 years on that platform. In the spring of 2019, TVs were installed in the Bailey County Senior Citizen Center and in the Park View, and that played a loop of all Gil Lamb advertising content, and there at the Senior Center as well. In the fall of 2019, TVs that play all of Gil Lamb advertising content. Excuse me, I misread that. Anyway, moving on. Jack and Magan had 3 boys who also played a role in the business, Gil, Robert, Peyton, and Grayson. While very young, worked to enhance the Channel 6 broadcasts. All 3 of the boys moved away from Muleshoe when they were adults. Gil Robert moved back, however, and made some big changes in Channel 6 productions. He literally revolutionized the business with his technology experience. One has only to look back at the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce records to see the impact the family has made in our community. There you will find the following. Channel 6 was named Business of the Year 2 times. Gil Lamb was named the Man of the Year and Man of the Decade for the 1970s. Magan was named Woman of the Year 2 times, and Gil Robert was named Man of the Year once. What a record, and what an example of a family that was in the right place at the right time, doing the right things in the right way. All the Reynolds Lamb family have been assets to our community. The mother, Magan, was the most giving person one could ever meet. She and I spent many hours together. We enjoyed talking about our businesses, and we both worked together at various events. We also worked at various church programs. As our work continued, we became great friends. Unfortunately, Magan passed away February the 4th, 2024. It was one of the worst days of my life. I realized how that the moments that have truly lived in, are the moments you have done things in the spirit of love. January 26th is Magan's birthday. We are naming that Magan Reynolds Day. A reception will be held at the Bailey County Senior Citizen Center at 4 p.m. on Monday, January the 13th. Her 3 sons will be at the event. Following the reception at City Hall, we'll meet to declare January 26th as Magan Reynolds Day in Muleshoe. We want to make this day special and honor the lady Magan Reynolds. Anyone who knew Magan also knows that she never glittered in Hollywood's limelight, but she had a love for Muleshoe and a heart of gold for those she loved. She literally lit up the Muleshoe community with leadership, wisdom, and kindness. I feel honored that I got to walk beside her. I miss her and think of her every day. And thank you so much, Carolyn, for your extremely kind words. Again, that's a story, a Muleshoe treasure that Carolyn Johnson Turner wrote, and you can find it in this week's Muleshoe Journal. Also, I read it in its entirety here on the Muletrain. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, where Victor and Debbie and Vicky and Kika all of their employees at Leal's here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard, hope that you have a wonderful and blessed 2025. They remind you that they continue to be open again on Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Leal's, continuing the Sunday tradition. Go to church and then come and eat a wonderful Leal's lunch after church on Sundays. Again, they're open Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. Again, the first time since after the pandemic when they stopped opening on Sundays. Also, they remind you that you can call them to get delivery to your home or office door, 806-272-3294. Leal's, the original, right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard. Victor and Debbie Leal, Kika, Vicky, and all their employees hope that you have a wonderful and blessed 2025. Don't forget that the Muleshoe Area Hospital District now has a MD that is practicing here in our local hospital, Dr. David Warner. They have added to the team, and we are so happy that he's right here in Muleshoe practicing medicine. If you want to contact and see Dr. Warner, Dr. David Warner, MD, he is practicing at the medical clinic of Muleshoe at 701 South 1st Street, or you can call and schedule your appointment, 806-272-7544. Again, Dr. David Warner, MD, new at the Muleshoe Area Hospital District. He's practicing medicine at the medical clinic of Muleshoe, 701 South 1st Street. Call and make your appointment today, 806-272-7544. We're blessed to have Dr. Warner here in Muleshoe with the Muleshoe Area Hospital District. Well, as we mentioned earlier, the City Council meets in regular session this coming Monday, May the 13th. Also, we might want to tell you that May the 3rd, 2025, there will be an election for District 1 and District 2 on the City Council. City Council candidate packets are ready for pickup if you're interested in running. All necessary forms to participate in the election process are included in the packets. Candidate packets are available from the City Secretary at Muleshoe City Hall, 215 South 1st Street, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Again, Election Day is May 3rd. 2025. First day to file an application for a place on the ballot is January 15th. The last day to file is February the 14th. 2025. For more information, you can contact City Secretary Tamara Kane at 806-272-4528. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast here for the Muleshoe area. Boy, we finally got cold, as we had gotten down around 18 degrees for a low twice already this winter, but it always got back into the 50s, 60s, and sometimes even 70s quickly thereafter. But now it has changed, as this week, beginning on Sunday, we had a cold front. We had an extremely windy day this past Sunday and cold, but then it really got cold beginning on Monday this week, and today is by far the coldest day so far of this winter. Our average high for the 8 days in January has been 51 degrees. Our average low is 20. And Monday, January the 6th, that morning, earlier this week, we had our coldest reading of the winter at 9 degrees that morning. Looking at our forecast, it's mostly sunny, high near 38 this Wednesday afternoon. So we will only barely get above freezing today, as we are at 33 right now at 12:30 during the noon hour. Again, 33 degrees currently here in Muleshoe. Our high will only be 38 this afternoon with the southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. You know, that's the killer. I can take, most people are like me on this, can take the cold temperatures, but when you add in wind, it just makes it bitterly nasty. So if our winds are only 5 to 10 miles per hour, I will take that with the cold temps. Tonight, for Wednesday night into Thursday morning, partly cloudy, low around 22, southwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Then Thursday, we're going to have some precipitation chances move into our forecast, as we'll have a 40% chance of snow on Thursday, mostly cloudy, high near 36 degrees, so even colder tomorrow. West-southwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, becoming northeast in the afternoon. New snow accumulations of less than half an inch are possible, so they're not calling for much. But be aware, it's enough to make slick roads out there, and traveling will be hazardous here in the Muleshoe area beginning tomorrow. Thursday night, a 20% chance of snow before midnight. Mostly cloudy, low around 19, north winds around 15 miles per hour. Then Friday, partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny, high near 40, north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, clear, low around 20, west-southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny, high near 56, breezy conditions with a west-southwest wind 15 to 25 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low around 23, west-northwest winds around 10 miles per hour, becoming north after midnight. Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 43 degrees, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, mostly clear. Sunday night, low around 17. Monday, sunny, high near 48 degrees. Monday night, partly cloudy, low around 18. Tuesday next week's mostly sunny, high near 47. So it warms up a little bit as we go into the weekend, as we'll get up to 56 on Saturday, but it's going to stay very, very chilly here in the Muleshoe area for the next 6-7 days, with a 40% chance of a light snow tomorrow on Thursday during the day, and a 20% chance of snow before midnight Thursday. And this has been the weather forecast here on the Muletrain News. Well, on your prayer list from keep Emily Bomer Towson, Dave Brown, James Byers on your prayer list today, Bill Crenshaw, Joe Bledsoe, Lonnie Lawrence, Eddie Morris, Carol Ring, Janice Snell, Dolores Harvey, Cliff Black, Peggy Seagroves, Darlene Henry needs to remain on your prayer list today, Linda Lutz, Marlene McDonald, Jesse Tarango, Kathy Richards, Dick Chitwood, Julie Cage, Gabby Stone, Wanda Schaefer, Berta and Larry Combs, Betty Noble, Joe Jinks, Ed and Carol Cox, Dorothy Wire, Travis and Sue Basir. Also, keep on your prayer list today, please, the families who have recently lost a loved one. The family of J.R. Austin Jr., the family of Sammy Gonzalez needs to be on your prayer list today as well. The family of Mary Ann Mayfield. The family of Socorro Granillo Enriquez. The family of Leela Sue King. Along with the family of Wanell Gable Eads. Please keep all these people on your prayer list today. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, finding valuables at estate sales. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at bcec.com. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Art Russo was born in Henderson, spent 40 years traveling the world selling chemicals for a Swiss firm, then came back to Henderson.
I suddenly found myself with grandchildren to rear, and we were living in the historic district in Dallas. When I realized it was taking the twins 30 minutes to make it through the metal detectors at middle school, I said, okay, we're out of here.
He has a hobby that makes money. He does appraisals and liquidations at estate sales.
I get a commission, the estate gets the balance.
About 98% of his liquidations and appraisals for estate sales is done in Dallas. He's been doing this a long time.
When I was right out of college and family friends ran estate sales in Dallas, and they asked me to help them. And it's sort of like once you're introduced, that's it. You're hooked.
He has found some valuable things for people.
Recently went in, looked at something, checked it out, and told the family, okay, are you sure you want to sell this? And they said, why? And I said, well, the last one of these little tables like this sold for $20,000.
Once, among some insignificant floral shop vases, he found one from Tiffany
that ultimately sold for about $17,000.
What happens to the stuff that doesn't sell?
Normally, at that point in the situation, they're ready to be done with it. So we have certain 501c3 charities that will come in, receipt it out for them, and they get to take the tax write-off.
Art owns a taxidermied Yorkie dog that bit Ulysses S. Grant.
I like to find myself with something that I haven't seen before. After his presidency, and he was opening a museum in Sunderland, England, and a little dog ran out of the crowd, bit him. When the dog died, they taxidermed the dog, put it in a case, and put it in the museum. And as is always the case with the museum, they don't have enough room to keep everything, so they eventually sold off some of their holdings, and I happened to be lucky enough to buy the dog that bit Ulysses S. Grant, That's the sort of thing I like to have, is something that's different. I call him Rebel.
Art Russo of Henderson. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.